These are the people. So then, if these are actually the people that actually have opinions about the class, then it means I'm actually work on it. I'm actually jotting it down. I'll work on punctuality. The punctuality time is the punctuality is the main part. Yeah. Oh, the punctuality. I agree with Esther. Sometimes for an hour we are waiting for everyone in class to speak. I feel once we have people that have contributed, especially before break, I don't think there's a need to come back after the break to keep cajoling people to talk. Okay, keep on. You be the one to keep talking every time. You be the one I'll keep calling all the time now. Yeah, no problem. Keep on be the only one. You be the only one answering our questions. Keep on. You're available. No, see, there are so many things we are learning in this class. I don't know why people probably you are not seeing it from my view. It's now it looks frustrating now, but this thing is helping everyone build confidence. Like it's everyone building confidence. Everyone speaking. It builds confidence for everyone. Like it's builds for confidence for everyone. It's not about me, it's not about you, it's not about I can keep calling a particular name every time. Like just one person, like I know that the person is vibrant. Everyone will feel I'm disturbing the person, but the person actually building confidence, how to speak, and so many things. But I don't have everyone here, we are all equal. So I think everyone needs to build that confidence. Everyone needs to build that confidence. I see no reason why people don't want to talk. Please, no. It doesn't work that way. See, okay. Even in interview, they expect you to speak more, to communicate more. As okay, please let me share my screen, please. I want to show us a job. I want to show us a job. I want to show us a job. Please, I'll share my screen now, please. I think I'm still going to do these things I'm actually showing you. It's not as if it's not part of the class. It's yeah, I understand it's not part of the class. Please, can you hear me or not? Please, someone is telling me she can't hear me. Please, can you hear me? If you can hear me, use the chat section. Please, can you hear me? Please, Olubukola, please check your network or something. So let me check. Let me check out for you people. Then I want to give you one of those things of being a product manager. Yeah. So there's this Eden Life. Eden Life is so they're actually looking for an associate PM. I would have asked those to apply, but we haven't finished this thing. And you do assessment too. It's not as if they will give you test. So don't worry, there are a lot of I get access to these jobs every time. It's just that if you have this Slack channel or group chat, someone will just keep reminding me because not like I the quick forget, but I have a lot of things. Yeah, the salary might not be much. I think it's 150 to 250K depending on how good you are. You can collect 50 and you can collect 200.
Yes, psychology.
I want to show you one of the things they actually associate product manager, yeah, like entry level product manager. So can you say something? How would you rate your communication skill set? Yeah, imagine me putting today. Communication is important. Like imagine and five is a badass. So if I put five, it means oh this guy is a badass communicator. So that's what they need. People don't need one. People don't need if it's not necessary, it's not essential. These guys won't put it there on their it's compulsory. You communicate or you don't communicate. So please, it is really, really important. please, I'm really, really sorry. We have to help everyone build their communication skills. Mm, people saying repeating we are wasting time. To me, we are not wasting time because there's trust me, there's enough time. Yet there's enough time. Ah, in product drive is actually 8 Saturdays now. Only 7 Saturdays sef, and you finish the whole syllabus. Imagine just 7 Saturdays. I mean we have 8 full weeks. So there's still time for us. That is why I'm actually putting practical approach there. Practical approach so you can understand this practical stuff so you can actually have hands-on experience with collaborative tools. So thank you very much everyone. So can you please can someone please unmute him or herself and give us, what will I say? Give us a brief highlight from last class, please. Give us a brief highlight from last class. Give us a brief highlight from last class. Hello.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Please, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Last class we took product strategy,
Nice
product
one.
management strategy, and from what I remember, we understood that product marketing strategy simply relates to the roadmap that you need to develop your product, and essentially it ties in with the vision that you have for the product and how you are going to achieve it, how it fits into the customer needs. So we looked at specific, I think we took an example of a bike hailing app based out of Ibadan, and we looked at specifics that could give you a robust product management strategy. And some of those that I remember are the fact that if you follow an introspective strategy, if you just imagine what the product is set out to achieve by yourself, you will not achieve much. You need to actually go out to where the customers are or the people that you believe the product is meant to service and find out from them, do your research, survey, find out how exactly the product can affect their needs, know their pain points. You also
Hello? Sorry, like I can't hear you. Am I the only one, please? Please, I can't hear you. Am I the only one? Please, I can't hear you. Am I the only one? Okay, probably a network. So can someone please start from R? Documentation is really, really important as a product manager. So that's why I like documenting everyone's speak. I like documenting with speaking and all.
Hello.
Hello, good
I
morning.
think I lost you there. Did you hear what I said? I don't know.
No, I
I think,
didn't hear you. I could not even hear you at all.
oh wow. Okay, can I go again, please?
Yeah, feel free.
Okay, so I was trying to answer your question and give a recap of what I remember from our last class. Hello?
Hello, I can hear you, please.
Okay, so from the last class, we took product marketing strategy. And essentially, from what I remember, you explained that it's essentially a roadmap that guides one on how to develop the product in line with the vision that the product has been set out to establish. And there were some important elements that you mentioned that will help one achieve a robust product strategy. One of which I remember was the fact that if you pursue an introspective strategy, which means that if you imagine what the customer wants, if you imagine the customer needs, you might not be able to hit the point. You should actually go out in the field, find out from the customers what the product will help them achieve, find out what their issues are and how the product will become a solution. That way, you have a more robust product strategy. I also remember that you mentioned that sometimes you don't have to come up with a product from scratch. You can actually look at the value chain and try to identify gaps and decide where your product will fit in and how it can meet those needs that the customer that the customer want to be fulfilled within that value chain. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here with you, please.
Yes. That's actually what I remember from last. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, who is this? Okay, so your name is
Abra. My name is Abra.
Okay, Abra, thank you. So who's the next person? Who's the person? Who's the next person?
Good morning, Demola.
Good morning, please.
This is Chigozie. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah.
Okay. We learned developing a product strategy on Friday. So we learned the steps in developing them, which is, I think the first step is creating a vision and mission statement for the product, a product vision and product mission. Then the next step is to learn about the customer needs and how they are changing.
Yeah.
Then we also learned.
I want us to please, please wait. I want us to the chat section. What are the 3 components of product strategy? The 3 components of product strategy. The 3 components of product strategy.
We have product vision, market and needs, key features and differentiators or value proposition.
Okay, thank you very much. Your name?
Adekoya.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. So, Chigozie, can you continue what you're saying?
Okay. I think we learned the customer needs and how they are changing. So we should also key into even the changes or how they are evolving. Then we also learned how to understand our product, how our product fits into the market. So the value our product is bringing into the market, and the difference between our value and the customer's value, even in the same value chain. And then we also learned how our growth patterns and cycles are similar with other markets. I think that's the 4th step. That's basically what I understood. They also talked about old school and then the rest of them. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So the next question, please. You're not coming up, please. Can you mute yourself? Please, Emeka, mute yourself, please. Please, who's coming up next, please? This is coming up next. There's no one speaking up. Like, oh my god, what's happening? Like, is it that you want me to start the product strategy class again or what? You did not understand. Eh? Should I start the product strategy class from afresh or what? Like, I'm not getting response. Can someone please unmute yourself? So,
Good morning.
good morning.
This is Abraham.
Good morning.
Okay. What I could understand last week, basically, we talked about product strategy. That was after you emphasize something that was very important. For every strategy to work, there must be a product vision. We explain what vision is, what you want to see the product become. That's how you get that vision.
Yeah.
You know, one thing you also emphasize is when you are setting up a vision, you consider the customer, the user of that product. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
So that's when you are setting a vision. So as today we talked about keep using hot space where we were able to come up with some projections about hot space, about the market where our focal point should be. Where are we going to now we focus so sections about focusing on schools, universities, our market strategies and stuff like that. So and we talked about user experience, going out to take a survey on perspective, user perspective, what they see, what are their pain points about a particular product. And then we talked about I think that should be all for now. Should be all. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you. So this was the next person. Who's the next person? Um, who's the next person?
Hello, good morning, Bimola.
Good morning. Speaking, please.
What I've learned so far, I've learned about product strategy, which started on Thursday. I learned
Okay.
that product strategy is the creation of a unique and valuable product that helps you to win. Also learned about the component of a product strategies, which are product vision, market and needs, and key
Yeah.
features and differentiators. Also value proposition. Also learned about the difference between goals and vision. And we also talked about he also gave us a quick assignment to check out. We should get a problem statement, the vision, the mission, and a dummy, which we did as well. Yeah, basically that's what I've learned so far.
That's what you've learned so far. So can you
Yeah,
tell me
from
what
product
what what what,
strategy.
what the product what is the strategy? Can you tell me what strategy is, like the strategy?
In short, it is simply a way of achieving measures of achieving a desired let me put it, strategies are simply measures you take to achieve a desired goal.
Okay, can you what is a period vision? What does a period vision means? A period vision means what does a period vision
Product
mean?
vision is simply a mental picture of where you see a particular product. It doesn't necessarily have a time, a deadline or something like that.
Okay, nice one. That's really nice. Thank you. Next person, please.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Morning. This is Fire Ken.
Fire Kemi.
Okay. Yes. Good
Yeah, good
morning.
morning. Good morning, Fire Kemi.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, last class we were able to go through product strategy, and uh, you allowed each and every one of us to um share their perspective of what they think product strategy is, and then at the like in conclusion, we were able to conclude that product strategy is just basically steps we take to achieve that goal that we have for our product. Yeah. And then you explained to us that product strategy is basically looking into that market, the competitive market for our product, and then leveraging and exploiting um, that like finding and exploiting leverage basically in that market that our product finds itself, or we have our product, just to achieve that goal that we have for the product. And then we looked at steps that we can take as product manager for to achieve to take for those strategies and all. So you told us that we should really look and understand the market. We need to understand that market, and then we need to look into what customers need, what they want, and if they're actually willing to pay to have those problems that they have resolved. And then we also looked at the fact that we don't have to, as a product manager, you don't have to really go and start bothering yourself creating a strategy from scratch and all. You can just look into the market and just leverage or work on the existing strategies that competitors use. And then we're able to look at old school alt school, where we went and researched on alt school, and we looked at their focus, their target market, and how they are operating at the moment. And we're able to come up individually with different strategies we feel that they could imbibe into their existing strategy that can actually help promote their product at the moment. And then we're able to also look to go research into um, 5 different products right now, 5 different products and um, their visions and all. That's basically what I can recap from what we did on Friday. Thank you.
Okay. Amazing. Please, next person, please. I'm sorry.
Hello, sir.
Please, okay, please, before speaking, please, I actually, and
My
I
name
want to,
is Michael.
please, Michael, can you wait? Please, I want everyone to
Sir?
speak. Okay, Michael, please, relax. The reason why I want everyone to speak is not because I just want everyone to speak, it's because I just want everyone to say something. So even if it's what you actually say you are learning with, it's better. Please learn something. Last week, it's been like 48 hours since we had the class, so everything would have moved away and all. Please try say something. And I don't know why we don't want to say something. I'm actually a fan of saying rubbish. So tell me rubbish. Yeah, the IS is just correction and all. Please say something. Continue, Michael.
Good morning, everyone. Last
Good
week,
morning.
I learned a lot, specifically when we did. I learned about vision, mission, and your goals. I discovered that I cannot have any form of strategy, product strategy, without understanding my vision statement, which will lead to set goal. I will have to strategize on how I actually need to fulfill all my statement, my vision statement, my mission statement, goals. So strategies are the step-by-step thoughts that I will follow to. So learned that during the call, the vision statement, and specifically 5 products, each and every one of us did contributed, and it's made us to actually know that every product has its own vision and a goal, and the strategy that they took, that was what made them to actually accomplish their mission statement and their vision. So I learned a lot, and it took us to old school, how it's like an alternative way of learning, which maybe someone who cannot regularly go to the normal traditional school, but he or she have talents that can be harnessed, even it can be maximized with tech. So most of us we are saying that we should be able to catch them young, those of them coming out of the secondary school, the high school, so that we'll be able to harness the potentials they have for tech. Why some of us actually said as well that those maybe that cannot do well in the regular, traditional, conventional school, that they can, if they have flair, interest for tech, they can go into such school. And also some said not necessarily you need to have those that are just graduated from university, they are looking for a job. That period of time, they can use it to
Jagaba, open. Open.
So
Push now.
I can't hear you.
which can empower them to get employment in.
Okay. Is that all?
So all these we learned and more. Learned more than what I've said now. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Michael, I couldn't hear you really clearly because it was really, really breaking, but it's still good. So someone else coming.
Hello, good morning.
Good
My name
morning,
is
sir.
Cynthia.
Okay.
Okay, the last time I learned about developing a product strategy. Like you said, a product strategy is being able to create a unique and valuable product that helps us achieve the goal of the person who has the product, like the team. And we talked about the components, the vision, the market needs, the features and differentiations, and the value that the market and the product is bringing. And instead, the vision captures the ultimate purpose of the product, basically what it aims to do. And you said there are ways to develop product strategies. Like in the first instance, we should create a valuable product, a product that is ambitious. Now that and do our groundwork while doing that. One of the ways to do that is to have feedback from, if there are other existing products that are similar to the products you want to develop, you get feedback and what the market needs. You get a gap in what the products that are already on ground and what you can bring in, an extra value you can bring in that'll be differentiating your product from the previously existing products. Then we said we should learn about the customer needs and how they are evolving. Basically the same thing. I think we've used an example of Kuda and how they came in as a different bank, no extra charges for no charges for most of the transactions. You don't have to queue and all of that stuff. And we also saw a fault in Kuda as well, which if another bank could cover that customer experience deficit, then they would be having an extra unique or something that the market needs. Yeah. And we say we should understand where our product fits into the value chain. Basically, it's being able to give what the competitors are not giving, and you give value and then you get money back as a return. And we have looking for similar growth patterns and in other markets. So sometimes you don't have to start a new product typically. You can look at what the other competitors are doing and you replicate. We have an example of, I think last week we mentioned fintech and how fintech are basically regurgitating what's happening in the developed world and coming to start up those products, and then building up from there. Then we also talked about identifying the ways the market might change. Because I think when we talked about the bike people at Ibadan, I'm sorry, I can't remember their name. We talked about if the guy who did the groundwork did not look at how the market might change, Of course, we know that Lagos State, for instance, I would say an example I'll give is Lagos State has been saying they are the ultra city, the model, whatever, they are becoming the what's it called? The best cosmopolitan city, and you would know that they would not encourage bikes. So I think that would be one way any smart product manager would know that, okay, if Lagos State actually wants to push this their narrative, then bikes will be banned. So what's the next largest city where this can be leveraged? And they looked at Ibadan. I think that's the way that the guy would have done the groundwork and chosen Ibadan instead of Lagos. Then we talked about KPIs. Yeah, you asked us about KPIs. We should develop a product KPI when we are starting out. Yeah, so it helps us to track what the product is doing, if it's falling in place with what the plan was for the product initially. What else again? Basically, I think we talked about the target market. Remembering what the target market wants. I think I've said it already. That's all I can remember. Thank you.
Yeah, that's nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. Always coming in.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good morning.
Okay, so
Is this Esther or Alulu Akbo?
Esther.
Okay.
Yeah, so last week, I think one of the major things that stood out to me was the whole emphasis on the problem statement being presenting our problem statement, and then the whole strategy and all of this. Especially when you told us to go and research on 5 products, right? And they do not have to be tech products, digital products in that sense, and then the problems that they are trying to solve. Then just to buttress what the last person said on the bike hailing service, that was when you were making emphasis on trying to understand user behavior. That when the founder, the guy who brought in Border to Ibadan, wanted to do that, it wasn't right. Like people were thinking that maybe he had insider information about what was going to happen in Lagos, but really he just wanted to understand user behavior. And so I wanted to try it in an environment like Ibadan and all of those things. And yes, and then of course we did like a joint analysis of all schools, and then throwing ideas around on, okay, so how can they improve, how can they better leverage what they are doing and all of this, and of course their model and everything like that. And I remember someone talking about, leveraging like maybe the government, local stakeholders and all of those things. So yes, and then you also made emphasis on the need for us to go back and read the book, Cooked, for those who have not started. And you even said that sometimes maybe you might start asking us to drop recaps of what we had read for the week before we start every class, because that is where we are going to learn. And I remember picking it that someone said she had already started applying what she was reading in the book in her business. And so you emphasize that was not only for product management, but even for personal businesses. The lessons, they are very valuable. And it is important to be a reader and someone who listens to people when it comes to product management. So I don't want to go over what other people have said, but basically that's just my own addition.
Okay. Thank you very much. So who's coming up next, please? Who's coming up next, please? This is coming up next. Hello, hello, hello. Who's coming up next? Next.
Hello, Damola. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Khadijat. Oh, so last week we learned about product strategy. Saying that product strategy is the creation of unique and valuable product that help us to win. Ideally, what we need to know if we're selling our product, what we need to do, and like the goal setting and the goal plan. And then we learn the component of product strategy, which are the product vision, the market and the needs, the key features and differentiators, which is the value proposition. Then we talk about the ALT school. We talk about where they're lacking and what they need to do in case of promotion and everything. They are in by getting food inside the market. Then you also have to create a dummy product and highlight the vision and the mission for the dummy product. Then you also gave us a class work about finding 5 different brands, their mission and the vision. That's what we did last week. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. We almost done with product strategy. So it's just like, I told you guys that most of this thing like weed. So it's really nothing. But that was why I was able to add in the practical approach and for us to discuss more. So about this product strategy, I want us to do something. It's not an assignment, it's not personal project, it's everyone's project. I'll be involved also. So whereby we actually come up with our own product, then we actually run a product strategy map, a product strategy with and that one I'll actually be doing it. Everyone will be looking at the screen, then you'll be doing it with me with product plan software. Let me see, and let's use product plan. So everyone, we are going to do that. That one is really, really essential. So I'm going to review. I'm actually going to review models of digital products and the strategy they use and all. So next person, can you please? What's the next person, please? Who's the next person? Please now, let's just talk. Like, okay, let me say something. There has been complaints. They complained to me that my class has not been interactive. It has not been engaging. People don't talk in my class and all. Please don't let them send me away. Sack me. Yeah. Don't let them sack me. Please. Let us communicate. Please don't let them sack me. Yeah, don't let them sack me. Help my career, help my life, please. So this and what you people don't know, the more I actually teach us here, we talk and all, I'm actually learning also. So that's something about learning. That's something about learning. That's the best thing about learning at all. So please let us communicate with me. Don't let them sack me. Please, next person, please just say something. Don't worry. I'm going to enjoy this class today. We are going to talk on strategy, product strategy. The only class I see might be a problem is product metrics. That one is purely calculation. It's no. Calculating metrics and oh my god, that one is just the only thing. But the remaining is just talk and talk and talk and talk. But the talking is not just talking. You have to understand what you are talking. So please who's the next person? This is the next person, please. Worse, not the. So please, next person.
Hello, Demola. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Good morning.
Okay, so the product strategy is actually a process of developing and prioritizing the product roadmap. Okay, so we have to answer questions like who the product is meant for, and how will you demonstrate your creating the product for, and you also have to answer what like you have to be able to describe your users and how they will perceive your product as compared to competitors. Like you also have to um, you also have to describe kind of problems that the product will solve for the customer. Because cannot be everything or everybody in a particular market. You have to solve some specific product. You also have to answer questions about how you intend to price your product and how you intend to market your product. And also, in order to create a product strategy, you have to identify market problems. You have to interview
Wait, am I the only one who can't hear you clearly? Okay, continue,
Can
please.
you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Like, so, in order to create your product strategy, you have to identify the problems within your market. Kind of, you have to, like, your product has to solve some specific products, and you have to interview your target market, the users, and also identify how you can create that kind of differentiation among your competitors. How will you create that kind of so how you distinguish yourself from competitors within your market like that? So also we also learn about um, developing a product strategy and we used old school as a case study and you also asked us to get the vision and the mission of different Nigerian products, like the vision, the mission and all of that. So that's everything
So who's
that
speaking? Afsat.
can you hear me? Yes.
You're speaking somehow dull today. You're just speaking like you're just reading it from the book, just going and all. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, whatever
I
you,
can't
even if,
really shout.
you've not,
Mm.
have you not eaten? You haven't eaten
Sorry,
now.
I can't really.
Yeah,
Yes, I haven't.
yeah, sorry. Don't worry, it's fine. So,
Thank
thank you very much, Afsat. So who's the next person, please? So who's the next person who's saying something? Please say something. Someone should say something, please. Say something. We haven't even asked caught ourselves. We are 46 here now. 15 people haven't 15 people haven't speak, and people haven't said anything. So please, let's make this interactive. I'm sure you must have learned one or two, even if it's just what I learned is product vision.
Yeah, I
That's
can
all.
present it.
Just say something, please. Just anything, That's what I see.
Old school.
Yeah, so much different thing.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Abukonlua. So, my major take home from last week's product strategy class borders on vision and goals. And for me, from what I learned, vision is the why of the product and where of the product. So, the vision of the product helps the company or the organization understand why they are putting the product out. It actually helps the product manager to know the core or the value or the essence of the product in itself and why it has to be put out. The vision helps you understand who you're targeting, the customer base you're targeting, the problems you're solving, and possible issues you can face. The goal, on the other hand, it's very specific per time. It gives you a view of, okay, by this quarter, by the end of this year, this is what we would have achieved. So, like I said, the goal is the where of the product. So it helps you understand where you're heading for, and then how you will how you will head there, how you will get there. So that's the difference between visions and goals of a product. The vision helps you understand what it is about that product, and the goal helps you understand where it is or where it should be at the end of a particular successful anyhow, I don't know. So that's basically my take home from the difference between vision and goals. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Who is the next? Thank you very much. I really appreciate everyone who has said one or two things. Thanks for putting one or two suggestions in this class. So please, who's the next person who wants to say something?
Hello, Demola. Good morning.
Good
morning. Okay. On Friday, I actually learned for the very first time about old school. Never really heard about the school before. So I learned that it's a school that helps people develop tech skills. Those people that actually have a passion to learn tech, but they can't afford it on their own. So the school is open to them. And once they are through with their learning, they also help them get jobs at the end. And also the school, you don't have to pay, there's no fee. The school does not collect any fee from you. the way it runs is after you are done, they help you get a job, and then from the salary that you will be paid, there's a kind of percentage that will be removed, maybe monthly or so, to complete whatever fees you were supposed to pay. And at the end of it, you also get a certificate. And also it's online, so anyone can actually join in. I also learned that developing a product strategy. In developing a product strategy, you need to be able to create an ambitious product mission or vision. You have to have a very good mission or vision for the product you want to create, and also understand where your product's idea fits into the value chain. And also, you don't really have to create a new product. You can actually start. It can be something you want to develop from an existing product. You should also look for similar growth patterns and cycles in the market. That's about all. Let me see what else. Okay. Also learned the steps or the what you actually need before you can get your strategy in the goal. The first one is the product vision, and then your market need. You should understand what your market needs, and also the features and your differentiators. What will make your own product stand out in the market. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so is the next person.
Good morning, Mr. Dimola.
Good morning.
So for me, what I learned was about product vision and product strategy, and the fact that product vision has to be concise. It is not something that has to be bogus, and it is the future. It is what your company or the product looks towards to become, while the product strategy is like breakdown actionable points to achieve the vision, which led us to you giving us a project on finding out the vision of 5 different companies of our choice. And we also learned about the key components of product strategy. That's the product vision, the market and needs, and the value proposition. You also told us that it's not compulsory for us to think about a new product from scratch, that we can always look for the gap in markets and just try to fill it in with our own product. We also learned about the different steps of building a product strategy. Thank you.
Okay, amazing. So, what's next? Who's coming up next? Who's coming up next, please?
Looking for all we can do. My day work for him now.
Good morning, Mr. Dimola. This is Praise.
Yeah, good morning, Praise. Good morning. Good morning, Praise. So, can you tell us what you have for us? Brief highlight about product strategy and all. Just give us. I know you're a scholar, so give us well.
This guy, I'm going to call him my
Maybe
I will go another branch. If there's nobody who can help.
All right. So from what I learned,
I don't know why Michael not on seat safe.
Who is that?
From what I learned from the product strategy class last week,
Hmm.
I was able to learn about the elements of a good product strategy, which is to have a product's vision, to understand the market and needs, and then key features and differentiators. And I was able to understand that the vision is that overarching like goal for the products, and it's not time bound, but that the goals are, the steps, the how to achieve that vision, the vision for the product. And then the goals needs to be specific, needs to be smart generally, needs to be measurable, achievable, time bound, and then it also needs to be realistic. And I also understood that to have a good product strategy, one is to ensure that it is user centric, and that for us to understand what the users what they need, that we need to go to the market to understand what is really going on there, and not just to think and build a product from our head. So, and give us an example of the guy that went to Ibadan to to make a research on how the system for the bike system, how it goes on there. And I was able to see that a good research would actually help us build the strategy for the products, because you'll be able to understand what maybe there are similar growth patterns in the market, and then help you identify what the users really need, and then it will now help us build the key feature that will differentiate what has been done before, and then it will help address what the users really need. And I also understood that you necessarily don't have to build a product from scratch, but that if you can find from your research, you can find similar good patterns in the market and build on that. That's all for now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Praise. Thank you. Please let. Oh my God, please let's go for a 30 minutes break. We'll be back at 11, so we continue from where we stop in product strategy. So I'll continue close to the. Please let's go for 30 minutes break. We'll be back at 11 a.m. Thank you, everyone. Measure So develop these measurable KPIs while you are creating strategy rather than backfilling them after your strategy is complete. Whether you are going after a new revenue, growing your existing customer revenue, or attacking churn. What is the meaning of churn? What does churn rate means to you? Have you heard about churn? Like churn rate, churn rate, churn rate, churn rate. Like have you heard about churn? It's just churn rate. Was you I'm to say that churn rate. Let's say that churn rate. Yeah, churn rate. Have you heard about have you heard about it's just the chat section? Have you heard about it? Oh, David Lauren told me, wait, your customer drops out. Okay, nice one, David. So someone else. Majekodimi Amina. He said yes. You read about churn rate. So what do you understand? What does churn rate means to you?
Well, basically, David Olawontobi has said it all. Is the rate at which customers leave your product. So that's just it.
Okay. 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 Okay, that's nice. So product teams can follow the same formula. Identify your specific business goal, which metrics you will use to define your success criteria and inform strategy, and construct a hypothesis that combines your observation about customer behavior, product usage, and data. Yeah, hypothesis. What does hypothesis mean? Like we've done this thing. If science today, like I do this in science. What does hypothesis mean? Hypothesis, like hypothesis theory. What does observation? What does hypothesis mean? Hypothesis. What does it mean? Hypothesis. Hypothesis is an idea you can test. Okay, Cynthia is an idea you can. Anyone else? Any other discussion? What does hypothesis mean? A statement you can test. Something that has not been proven. An idea that is proposed for the sake of argument, so it can be tested. Yeah, hypothesis. Yeah, someone just said something. Idea that is proposed for the sake of argument. It's an assumption or an idea that can. Okay, okay. Okay. Hypothesis are ideas and assumptions that can be worked on. Yes, you are right. You are right. You are right. So, metrics and data alone won't guarantee success or result in a concrete product strategy. So, metrics and data won't guarantee success or result in a concrete product strategy. This line, we need to understand it though. Metrics and data alone won't guarantee success in a concrete product strategy. Still, who's this now? Oh my god. Sorry, Majekadegbe. Okay, Majekadegbe, Majekade. Hmm. You really don't know. So let's go back to so slicing up specific data across specific customer segments, with specific business goals in mind is a solid approach to constructing an actionable hypothesis with the potential to move the revenue. To build your okay, there are various prioritization frameworks in product management. But when we get to product prioritization, that is where we actually going to talk about this Kano, Moscow, Rise, and there are so many frameworks like that. There are so many frameworks. There are so many different frameworks, different composition of building different products. But the thing is, now there's something about this product management. You know, we must have left product strategy, but when we get to another place, we'll be rephrasing back to product strategy. That is why it's easier for everyone to actually. It is better for everyone to understand. For everyone to understand it now, so you'll be able to move very well. Not like you won't be able to move, then we just mention strategy, then it becomes like war for you or something. So build your outcome driven product map. With these goals, you already translate those objectives into more concrete details about the product itself with a roadmap. Start by using a prioritization framework like Canon, Moscow, RISE, to name a few. Different prioritization frameworks have varying benefits, outcomes in mind. So align with your team on which one you'll all be working with to prioritize initiatives that come off the backlog and onto the roadmap. So what the backlog means, like use the chat session. Has anyone heard about backlog? Has anyone heard about backlog? So does anyone understand backlog? Use chat section like backlog, yes or no. Okay, yes. So if people type in yes, please type what backlog means to you, like backlog. Just type it in the chat section. Please. This is the chat section. Backlog. Ogun sọ̀rọ̀ kọjá sí ìpìlẹ̀ òkè. Backlogs are backlogs are breaking down workload. So I don't know, but backlogs are onto the roadmap. The format of your roadmap is also important. If you prioritize building new functionality into the product, then I recommend an outcome-driven roadmap to help tell your decision about epic themes and other initiatives to the product goal. A roadmap concentrating on outcomes will produce products that improve the metrics while also delivering value to both end users and stakeholders. Yeah, roadmap. I might actually be mentioning roadmaps a lot. So when we come to product roadmapping, I'm actually going to understand deep down what product roadmap means and all. Yeah. So why? Hmm. So communicating your strategy with a completed version of your product roadmap. With a completed version of your product roadmap, you are ready to share your strategy with all relevant stakeholders. So, with a completed version of your product roadmap, you are ready to share your product strategy with all relevant stakeholders. Okay, someone just mentioned product roadmap is a strategic approach in product creation. Thank you very much, Abraham. So before the big stakeholder meeting, try to explain your strategy to your manager. Product roadmap, okay. Product roadmap is the said workflow towards the product deployment and development. So my network has been breaking. I'm sorry. I've been trying to fix. Please mute yourself. Mute. Let's move. So before the big stakeholders meeting, try to explain your strategy to your manager. Does your manager understand it and find it persuasive? And if not, you want to review it to ensure you can articulate it clearly. If your manager does find the strategy persuasive, then it is time to present it to your stakeholder. Successful product strategy meetings don't happen by accident. You have to create them on purpose. So if smart goals, what does it mean for a goal to be smart? Like SMART. And someone is chat section, what does it mean for a goal to be smart? But actually, about smart goal, what does it mean? Smart, like SMART, like the normal, the usual smart. So what does it mean? Let me just please use chat section. Don't tell me these are just the people who understand what it means for goals to be smart now. Okay, this is where I'm stopping. So please, someone, can you unmute yourself and tell me what does it mean for a goal to be specific?
Good, mo- Good morning again. It's Abra here. When you talk about a specific goal, you mean a goal that is to the point that you can easily point at and conceptualize, nothing all over the place, something straight to the point. That's a specific goal.
Okay. 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 Okay, now measurable. For you go to the measurable. Go on.
This is a book on Laura. For a goal to be measurable, there has to be a criteria set for it. It has to meet or measure up to the criteria that has been set in accomplishing the goal. There has to be specific criteria or demand for that goal to meet, for it to be measurable.
Okay, actionable. Like, what does it mean for a goal to be actionable? Like, actionable, smart. Actionable. What does it mean? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What I know as A is attainable. So actionable means it's something you can do, something that is possible. I think they both mean the same thing.
Okay, what does it mean for a goal to be relevant? Relevancy. Hello, can you hear
Hi,
me?
Wakila, yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. It's okay. Can you stop? Can you call the call? Can you drop off the call, Wakila? So what I'm doing now is okay. Everyone replied, starting from Abradi. So please unmute yourself and tell us what you mean for about your goal to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. The full meaning of your smart. Please tell us.
Okay, good morning.
Morning.
This is Gucci. So for me, for your goals to be smart, it means it has to be specific. That means you know what exactly you want to achieve. You don't have to, you just need to be specific about what you want to achieve. And for it to be measurable, there has to be like a yardstick for you to measure it so that you see how much you want. And then for it to be attainable, you should set goals that you know that you can achieve. Like you don't necessarily have to go like 100 miles. It might just be a mile, so you know that it's attainable within. Then it is for the R. Okay, realistic. You set goals that are actually realistic. Maybe you just start a business now, and you're like in the next 1 year, I want to have started making 100 million naira. Like, just like a small
the quality of
Please continue speaking.
for it to be for the R, it has to be realistic such that you cannot just start a small business today and then you say in the next 6 months you want to have made 100 million or 500 million dollars. And then for it to be time bound, you have to set specific goals at a particular time so that you'll be able to measure it accurately. More like that's how I feel. That's what I think to do. Thank you. Did you hear me? I'm done speaking.
Yeah, I'm done. Who's the next person, please? Next person message. Next person that dropped. I'm coming. Let me call you. Okay. Press down. See, please. Oluwabukomi. Anyone, please unmute yourself and tell us what.
Okay, it's Praise here. So from what I understand that for goals to be smart is for it to be specific, it has to be on point. Like there's a target. It's not like it's all over the place, not generalized, but there's a particular thing that the goal is about or wants to achieve. Then it has to be measurable, in the sense that there's a criteria to measure it, whether the goal is actually going to achieve what it's meant to achieve. And then for it to achievable, that's to know whether achievable or actionable, to know whether the goal is something that can be done with the necessary actions or not. And then R, for it to be realistic or relevant. For example, you've done your research and you are not providing the right solution to the problem that has been identified. That means it's not relevant. Maybe you want to build a product for nursing mothers, and the solution or one of the key features is to address a problem faced by maybe civil engineers or fashion designers. That means it's not relevant. So, and then for everything that the goal is going to do, it must be within a particular time frame. It must be time bound. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Okay, what I meant by you having a SMART goal is, one, being specific, because you state what you do. Use action word. You need to be specific. You need to know exactly what you want to do. And measurable means providing a way to evaluate. Like you can use a metric or data target. You have to be measurable. You have to provide a way for you to measure what you want to do. Achievable, it has to be within your scope. Like, is it possible to attainable, not having some unrealistic whatever you want to do. You have to be very, very realistic. Then relevant, it makes sense within your job function. Like what you want to do, it makes sense. It's not being realistic. Then tie bond states what you get, states what, okay, time bond, it has to have a deadline. It has a particular time when you should achieve it, not having a timeless something that you take for God knows when you will achieve it. Thank you.
So who's the next person?
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so what we mean by a goal SMART is the first one, specific. It shows that the statement should indicate the target area, like the targeted area for improvements and the desired level of attainment. So like related circumstances or conditions or considerations must be specified. That's what it means by specific. Then for measurable, the exact behavioral activity to be performed and observed during evaluation should be stated clearly. So it's usually the verb in the statement, like maybe to improve working experience. So improve is what you're measuring, or to provide maybe healthcare workers with tech products. Provide is what you are measuring. So that's measurable. Then for achievable or attainable, it shows that the stated intention or plan is possible in the light of prevailing internal or external environmental factors. So that shows that the objective must be attainable and realistic at the same time. Then for relevance, it shows that is related to the gaps that has been identified during need assessment, that is related to the gaps identified and the purpose, that is the rationale for the activity. And also time bound, it has to be within a specified period of time. Thank you.
Okay. Someone else? Tell me something. Stanley, okay, I understand. Stanley, it's fine. I wish you success in your meeting. So who is telling us what it means for a goal to be smart? Who's telling us?
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, I can hear you.
Okay. For a goal to be smart, it has to be specific. Being specific, you have to state exactly what you want to accomplish. And for the unmeasurable, you have to set mini goals and use it as a measure to check the progress of your goal. And again, for it to be the goal also, you have to make your goal. Let it not be that maybe at the end of the day it is you are unable. You just have to find a way of setting the goal so that it is reasonable and attainable and also realistic. You set a goal that is relevant to your life, relevant to the problem you are trying to solve. That makes the goal. And for the goal to be timely, you have to give yourself deadline of accomplishing the goal. Yeah, that's it.
Who is the next person?
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so if we say a goal is smart, yeah, and we're saying it has to be specific, I'm going to give an example here. Okay, for instance, if I'm saying that I want to set a goal, I want to be a great person. That is too broad. It's too broad because you could be a great person in tech, you could be a great person in politics, you could be a great person in the banking industry. What exactly is the goal? Is the specific goal there? You could say, for instance, I want to be a great motivational speaker or something that is more specific than saying I want to be a great person in life. Then what? Sorry? Okay, somebody is talking.
Hello, I can hear you.
Okay, so if we're saying a goal has to be measurable, it means that there has to be a particular factor that people can look at and say, okay, this goal has been achieved. For instance, if I'm saying that I want to impact knowledge in students or university students, how do I measure that particular goal? I'm going to be able to measure that by saying, oh, okay, in 6 months, you could measure my achievement by the number of maybe students I've been able to train, or the number of students that were able to maybe write a particular exam and were able to pass. That's like having a measurable goal, having something that people can look at and say, okay, we can actually see the impact of this goal. Then for a goal to be attainable, it has to be actually achievable. You can't just say that, okay, you can just, for instance, that example I gave, saying, oh, I want to be a great man. How exactly do you want to be that great man? Is it achievable? Are you even taking steps towards doing that? That's what they mean by achievable. Like, can you reach there? Is it possible for you to actually get there? If you're setting a particular goal, can you reach there? Given circumstances, like given um um given the circumstance, maybe surrounding or internal circumstance or whatever, can you actually get there? Then if you say a goal has to be relevant, for instance, if I'm saying, oh, okay, I want to impact knowledge in university students, and then I'm now saying that, oh, I want to be able to feed them. How is that impacting knowledge? Or I want to be able to buy them sandals. That is not relevant. That is not a goal that is relevant to what you are trying to achieve. So for a goal to be smart, it has to actually be relevant to the problem you are trying to solve. Then it has to be time bound. You can't just make a goal and then say, oh, okay, we don't even know when you can achieve it. It has to be straightforward. Oh, within 2 years, I should be able to, within 6 months, I should be able to do this and make sure that it is achievable. That is what I understand by SMART goal. Thank you.
Okay. Is there someone else? Is there someone else who has something for us? When you go to be smart, what does it mean? What does it mean for you to be smart? SMERT, tell us. So, what does it mean for you to be smart? So, since there's no one else, okay, it's fine. So these are all SMART goals. Examples are achieving a specific revenue target for your product in the next fiscal year, increasing the number of users, including free trial users over the next 6 months, maintaining your current position for the next 2 fiscal quarters. So communicate this objective with your attendees at the outset of the meeting to help ensure that you and other attendees can swiftly identify when the meeting gets off topic and steer it back to back. So so it's okay before this meeting needs to everything related to your single strategy. Okay, let me just keep this thing I just reading.
So you follow the next turning down there. No, down. Yeah.
So begin executing on your strategy. Now that you have your strategy, it's time to go through all your product best practice in areas that align well. Dig deep into your discovery and definition flow. So if you solve this problem, then what does it look like? Start defining opportunities. Start defining opportunities and hypotheses and prioritizing tactical initiatives. So a great technique for this is story mapping. Yeah, storyboard. Creating storyboard for your product. We're actually going to do that tomorrow, creating storyboard. And I want us to do practical session on it. This what is practical approach. This is actually practical approach also. I find it boring reading from something, most of these things. So I'll drop the PDF today. I'll drop the PDF for everyone, just go through and all. So what we'll be doing now is storyboard, story mapping. Okay. We'll be doing story mapping tomorrow. Let's do story mapping tomorrow first. We'll be doing story mapping tomorrow.
Around Coco.
So, excuse me. So, a great technique for this page is story mapping, which your team map out from start to finish the steps of the entire flow of what you expect the final vision of the delivered product will be. Then pick the smallest thing possible to start experimenting with. The right attitude of make or break moment is critical here. For example, your product flow involves taking some sort of payment, validate user behavior before investing too deep in technical infrastructure of payment processing. It is also the time for your team to translate the strategic steps into actionable tasks, build momentum, be vocal about your strategy, and foster alignment across the organization. It could include engaging your user experience team to create mock-ups and your developers to create working prototype of the product. Sales and customer success should be able to communicate the vision to your users. Marketing can take a look at assets and adjust your foundation to prepare for product growth. So can you see in this in everything now, we kept on measuring product manager, you work with the UX team, the engineering team, the sales and customer success, the marketing team. So it means you're actually working with your intersection. I say intersection, you're actually working with everyone on the team. So this is a good place to address the build, measure, learn approach specifically. What are the key assumptions based into the plan that needs validating? What are the anchors where a failure or misconception could make or break the strategy? Your goal should be to present a sneak peek of what the product will eventually do to your users. So step 10 is just measuring your progress and correct and course correct along the way. So measuring project, yeah, we start measuring your progress and or use metrics and or KPIs measuring your progress, priorities, resource level, competitors behavior, and everything. The cost of a bad product strategy. A bad product strategy is hard to overcome. You are burning resources, building a legacy of technical depth and features that aren't moving the needle. Plus, if no one realizes and adjusts cost quickly, a promising product can become a lost cause. Yeah, bad product strategy, it's actually leading to a bad product. Yeah, your strategy is bad. It's actually weighing down everything. It's actually killing down your whole team. So you just like most of these things just like creating strategy in vacuum. Yeah, what I mean by actually creating strategy in vacuum, you don't do your research, there is no data to quantify your analysis, there is nothing, you are just assuming, feeling like guessing. So those things affect the success of your product, and it is oh no, that's just the bad way. That's you don't do is you don't even run any how do you don't even gather feedback. Like you don't gather feedbacks from your customers, you don't from your users. You don't gather feedbacks, you don't do anything. So you are like guessing, you're like operating in vacuum. You've recently joined a team and unfortunately it checks all the past strategy, but if you're not, so imagine you join a team now and all they have in their box is just filled with bad strategies. So first, assign a responsible person or team to the task. It could be a product manager, a product owner. Yeah, it brings me to this question: product manager, product owner, are they the same? Are they different? Yes or no? The product manager and the product owner, are they the same? This is the chat section. A product manager and a product owner, are they the same? No, I actually don't know. Are they the same? Okay. When you say they are not the same, then who is a product manager and who is a product owner? Okay, Fire can said they have different responsibility, but a product manager can be a product owner. Okay. Don't tell me you don't know much about. Use Google. Open Google. Use Google and respond. You don't know much about what. You know much. The internet is everything is easier. Don't tell me. You just use internet, search and get. Who is the product manager and who is the product owner? Only two people are actually giving me a response. Yes. Yeah, product manager and product owner. Okay, I can see responses now. So I can see responses now. That was really nice. A product owner and a product manager. Please, I'm waiting for more response, please. I want everyone to do your research. More responses, please. We are almost 15 this class. We are 40 something. So
What's
please, almost 60. Please drop it in this class. Drop more response. I can see people dropping response. Chigozie, a product owner supports development team and prioritizing the product backlog and creating user story. Well, that's okay. Chigozie, please, we are 51 here. Please drop reply. Product. This is a simple thing. I even said, oh, you do your research online and all. Product manager looks at the big picture on the long-term basis, creates the vision. Product owner looks at the smaller details of the project for short term. Ensure a product owner. Only that when attendance will be sent. Are you going somewhere? Are you going somewhere? No. Then if you are not, wait. Product owner, well, I'm coming back to this. We are coming back to it. We are coming back to it. So, conclusion. Let's look at, there is no single blueprint for a product strategy, but the good ones have a handful things in common. Their purpose is to build products to exist for something beyond themselves. They bridge the gap between their customers' evolving needs and their product value chain. The product strategy thinkers keep an eye towards the future and anticipate. Okay, someone. Sorry. Okay, David along told me if you. David along told me if you speak with the customers like users to develop products by your roadmap and I think you're a product manager. If you take your bearing from the created roadmap and work with the developers and designers to ensure that they build according to the roadmap, then you are a product owner. Product owner is limited in a way. Product manager is a product owner focuses on executing the product manager strategy. So I think let me check out people that actually dropped enough response to come and so let me look for someone. Okay, David Olaron Toby. Unmute yourself and just tell us what you mean by what you dropped. Like if you speak with your customers to develop your strategy and you're responsible for the success and failure, it means you're a product manager. And if you actually take the bearing for something, you're a product owner. Please, can you unmute yourself and tell us, give us a proper explanation of what you actually mean?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
A product manager is what we all familiar with, right? As a product manager, you are responsible for the life and death of the product, as it were. But the product owner works directly with the developers. Now, the product manager could be the one working with the developers. In that case, he assumes the role of product manager and product owner. However, in some large organizations, there's usually a split between who takes the who ensures that the backlogs are adhered to, or that product, or that ideas in the backlogs or features in the backlogs get built. That's the product owner. The product owner has a restricted access to the customer. In most cases, they don't even have access to the customer. So they depend or rely on the strategy or the roadmap that has been set by the product manager for them to work. And that's some large organizations, but for most of the startups, as product manager, you're also the product owner because you work directly to ensure that what you have planned is built, right? But as the company gets larger, the chance of getting in touch directly with the customers gets reduced so much that if you are only responsible, or if you are only in touch with your product managers and not directly with the customers, then in that case you might be acting the role of product owner. You'll be working directly with the developers, the designers, and then you'll be ensuring that the products are built according to the specification. I don't want to use specification, a strategy rather, according to the strategy that has been set, but you don't have direct access to the customers. That's to me, you work as a product owner. The product manager is responsible for everything, for the conducting user interview, doing user research, market research, and all of that. That's the product manager's role. He may sometimes, in most cases, work with the development team to ensure to ensure that they build what they've planned to do. And in some cases, you may have to delegate or watch over another person who will take it up from them. That's the product owner. Okay, so that's it for me.
Okay. Let me check someone else. Okay, Okunsoya Khadija.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, I don't really understand, but I just checked Google and I discovered this something that the product owner discovers what the user needs and their priorities, and know what to build next in making the product so as to work around the roadmap, the product roadmap. Then the product owner is responsible for maximizing the value of the product by managing or creating the product roadmap. That's what I found out. Good.
Okay. Let me check someone else. Yeah, Afsat Dayo. Afsat Dayo. Are you with us? Abraham.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
yeah. So I just checked online and I can see that a product owner concentrates or functions via something called a Scrum framework, and they are more tactical. You find them typically within um agile organizations, something like that. So they translate the product manager strategy into tasks that are actionable, and they work within agile teams in order to execute product requirements. While the product managers are strategic, they focus on the vision of the product, on the company objectives, and they typically face the users and conduct like research and all of that in order to bring to life a particular product.
Okay. Abraham. Hello, Brownie. Hello. Okay, who is okay, it's fine then. When we're back from the break, so we can just continue the program. Probably when we're back from break. So please let's go for a 30 minutes break. 30 minutes break. 12:30. 12:30.
Wants to achieve. While the product owner, he is just all about focusing on the product roadmap. Like he's not concerned about customer or want, he's concerned about the product becoming a reality. Like the product achieving what the product manager wants it to achieve. Like his role is specific. That's what I would say. His role is specific. Like some research I did just few minutes ago, the product owner is basically a role in a Scrum, Agile, uh, product management environment. So
I don't really get what you're
can you
saying.
hear, Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
I said the product manager, he is concerned, his focus is on the customer's needs and wants.
Okay.
Why the product owner, his zone is just, his focus is to ensure product development, that he's focused on the product development, following the product roadmap laid by the product manager.
Okay.
Yeah. So the product manager, his own focus is giving customer satisfaction. The product manager is customer centric, is user centric, while the product owner, product centric.
Okay. The product manager is like user centric, customer, customer. Right? The product is like,
You say what?
can hear you now.
Product manager, he is customer, is user. Why the product owner, product, all about product. It does not have any impact with customer.
So that's I understand. That's the difference.
Let me mute people. I don't think you unmute yourself if you are not speaking. I don't know. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ibrahim.
Hello, sir. Still speaking.
Good afternoon, people.
Okay, yeah. Good afternoon, sir. Okay, the product owner is the point person in the development team. That is, a product owner is the point person in the development team. The product owner is the major person that bears the vision of the product, and he's also the brain behind the product. Like, he's the brain behind the product. He's the architect of the product. Why the product manager is someone that is responsible for setting the strategy of the products, implementing the strategy, and then also ensuring that it is successful. That is, ensuring that the outcome of the products is successful. And this is achieved by setting goals and using empathy skill, going to the market, getting the customers or users' opinion, and then implementing. Thank you.
Okay, that's nice from that was nice from what was that from Favor. Okay, thank you, Favor. Thank you, Favor. Coming. Let me try sharing my screen now. Yourself, please now. So now let's talk about understanding market needs. Yeah, just basically understanding market needs and all. So, 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 so target market, like, okay, can you use the chat section? What do we understand by the word target market? Yeah, target market in business, target market in product management. What does target market means? Target market. Okay, this is my target market. What is your product target market? Blah blah blah. Target market. Yeah, just use the chat section. What does target market mean? So what is target market? Please, everyone, drop your little contribution to this. What does target market mean? Target market. Target market are the specific customers you are aiming to serve. Target market are the specific audience the product is made for. Target market is the specific group you want to build your product. Okay, I can actually see. So, a target market is a group of consumers or organizations most likely to buy a company's product. So, the reason why we said consumers is, some companies are B2B and some companies are B2C. B2C consumers, B2B organizations, business to business. So, target market. let's we have the total available market, the served available market, and well, it's just normal. So now there are different ways to define market, to define target market. So it is actually market segmentation. There are actually different ways to define market. The thing is, it doesn't have a PDF. It's just from. I think I jotted some things down and all. So it really does not have a PDF. It's just like me. Yeah, I'm not sharing my screen. There is no material. It's just me trying to like explain. No material. It's just me trying to like explain more about everything. Just explain more. So there are actually different ways we define our target market based on demographic, the age, the location, and all, be, based on psychographic interest of consumers and all, based on behaviors. Yes, we know behaviors, based on needs, and based on risk aversion. So based on demographic, we should know those ones are just quantifiable statistics like, let's say, the customer's age, the customer's location. Those ones are the demographic. While psychographics are the interest, the opinions of the customers. Why behavioral are just like, oh, what the customer does, the behavior of the customer. Oh, Demola attends meeting every day. Demola prays every day. He goes to the gym every day and all. Then based on the needs, oh, I need an affordable working space. I need an internet connection. Based on risk aversion, that one is for technology product. Risk aversion, it is for innovators and all. So please kindly jot down, if you can jot down. They are just random from. They are just random from my own knowledge and also. Please kindly jot down if you can jot down, because I can't possibly jot everything in my head now. Ah, I can't jot down. It will be too much. I can't provide everything in a slide. I can't provide everything in a slide. I can't provide everything in a slide. Everything in my head. Chai in a slide. So I think the next one we should talk about. Let's talk about the key features and what is value. Let's talk about value proposition. Yeah, after value proposition we are done. So does anyone understand what value proposition means? Can someone drop it on the section? Do you understand what value proposition means? Not. So do you understand what value proposition means? So value proposition, please everyone drop more value proposition, unique features. Yeah, something that sets you apart. Yeah, word of wisdom, Ugochi. That is one. Ugochi, sure you no go teach me work like this. Come and teach me work. Ugochi, come and teach me work. Oh. Yeah, a profile. Please drop more. What does what does value proposition means? Like, what does value proposition means to you? What does value proposition means? Value proposition. First bank for GT. Okay. Later. So what does value proposition? What's a value proposition means to you? And just give me something slight, and something from your understanding. So I'm not getting enough response. Please, everyone, drop response. Value proposition. I'm not saying enough response. So value proposition is simply, see, it's just, let's keep making our terms really simple. So for me to make it simple for you guys. So value proposition is actually is, is a simple statement that summarizes why a customer should choose your product. Yeah, it actually differentiates you from others. It means how your product solves problem, the specific benefit customer can expect, why customers should buy from you over your competition. Like, should I come again? How your product solves problem, the specific benefit customers benefit from your product, and why customers should buy from you over your competitors. So basically that's just basically what value proposition. So they actually strategies for growth tools. Yeah, strategies for growth tools. Now it brings us down to you understanding your company strategic position using the SWOT analysis. So I'm sure almost everyone would have heard about the SWOT analysis. So can someone just tell me what a SWOT analysis is? What does SWOT stands for? It's what?
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, I can hear you.
Okay, SWOT means that S for strength, W for weakness, O for hello.
Okay. Okay. It's like everyone is already dropping.
Hello?
Everyone is already dropping hot cake for us. What analysis needs for your strength, weakness, opportunity, and strength. Yeah, please, more people drop what analysis you need. That's what analysis means, please. Okay, I can see strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. So basically, yeah, it is a yes, everyone is right. Strengths, weakness, opportunity, and threat. It is useful for situation analysis, strength and weakness of the internals, opportunity and threats of external. So meaning if you want to do SWOT analysis, the S and W, that's the strength and the weakness, is for the internal, while opportunity and threats are for externals. So basically, so can someone just summarize what are other strengths for me? I will tell you strengths are actually things that your company do very well. Strengths are actually the qualities that separate you from your competitors. So drop more in the chat section and let me see more strengths. Yeah, the attribute of strength. Yes, X and W for internal, O and T for external.